This video is called The Ultimate Guides to Being a Girl's Girl and Unlearning Internalized
Oh, this shit about to be bad. I can already tell this shit about to be bad.
Misogyny.
Oh,
Being a girl's girl is not a vibe. It's not a cute TikTok trend and aesthetic. It's a rebellion. It's calling out internalized misogyny. And it's choosing.
I'm like, oh, so is that why Jasmine Tan called herself a girl's girl? I see. It's the fight back against the niggas because they not shit. I feel it. I feel that, hun. Yo, for the babes, y'all already know what it is. Yo, what's shaking? What's cracking? You so tight on thumbnail, y'all already know what we talking. Apparently, we talking about a YouTuber girly pop, Kaur. I ain't gonna lie, she's in the self-development, self-improvement space. She be making videos, opening up your mind. I feel that, you know what I'm saying? Heads should have the freedom of expression, you know what I'm saying? Heads should be able to lock in on their own psychology and think about Jones and all that type of jazz, which is cool, okay? Especially because, you know what I'm saying, within self-development and all that, you're supposed to improve yourself. But apparently, things may not be as right with the girly pop. I'm gonna lie, she might be opening up in her mind too much. She might be talking a little too much. So of course you already know Trilly's here to see what's going on. Cause I ain't gonna lie, her lip might be moving too crazy. I already know, but y'all already know what it is. Trilly talks everything. Trilly yaps everything. So let's get right into it. Y'all already know. Is that her, Miss Batty? The lover babes, the girly pop? Shut up, Miss Way Way. Gotta show the love. Y'all already know. We got Kaur, the biggest waffler. Of course, you want to watch OG vid. Down in the description. First link. Go share the love. Like I said, I ain't gonna lie. Positive reinforcement out here. We need to see more of it. But let's get right into it. What does Miss Batty have to say to us?
Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel.
Miss Tanker.
Tam with her and she's all about her jewelry, her fancy chic lifestyle, and also Tam Kaur, in my opinion, is one of the biggest dribblers and wafflers on YouTube.
Oh nah, she might be going on too much. What is she waffling about?
The definition of waffling and dribbling: to talk or write a lot without giving any useful information or any clear answers. Speak or write at
So, yap. I ain't gonna lie. So yapping. I ain't gonna lie, but you already know how it gets down, because obviously there's a distinction between yap, or is there? I ain't gonna cap. But yeah, like, yo, there's like the yap when someone like just talks a lot, bro. Like they just really get into the conversation and all that type of jazz. They just like to talk. And then there's the, you know, this described yap, you know, this defined yap, where it's like, hey yo, bruv, I think you're just saying a whole lot of nothing. I think you're just not adding shit. Like, that stuff, you not really adding that much to this conversation, man. I'm adding the two sums. It's
length in a vague or trivial manner. It's funny. Everybody, look.
Everybody waffles. I waffle, you waffle, we all waffle.
Waffling is normal, yapping is normal. We love a good girls chat. But I believe,
in my humble opinion,
that if you were going to be giving life advice, right?
Life coaching advice.
Especially to the majority, and a lot of consumers on YouTube are children, I believe that your advice should be backed up by
a lot.
Right. It needs to be factual, logical, it needs to be healthy.
You would hope.
It needs to be time.
But yeah, generally, and this is the thing about like the whole conversation with the audience. It's like, yeah, and I go over this all the time. It's like, yeah, especially in some audiences, depending on your niche and or demographic, like, yeah, it'll be overinflated by a children audience, depending on if you're aiming your content towards that. But overall, on a base level, like, yeah, most people's audiences is children, because who got the most time in the day? You know what I'm saying? Just go to school, you know what I'm saying? Might play a sport, have extracurricular activity, do their homework and all that type of job. If you're high school, you might have a part-time job. But other than that, like, yo, you got a whole lot of time to just be watching YouTube and all this type of jazz. So, yeah, obviously, you'd want to be mindful to that. Because, yo, as we've seen with some of these other girly pops, I ain't gonna cap. Yeah, the audience might be a little impressionable.
So yeah, I guess in this episode, we're going to look deeper. I always encourage everyone to look in depth. We're going to get to know Tam, watch her old videos and some of her new videos. We're going to evaluate her values, see where she's coming from, check out her credibility. I'm ready to also debunk and challenge some of these trendy, on-trend, phasey mindsets.
We need to get down to the nitty-gritty.
So without further ado, let's get into today's topic.
Meat and potatoes.
Miss Tam Kaur.
Hey, mama.
Miss Way Way.
Like mostly everything online these days are trends. It goes from food trends to fashion trends to mindset trends. Okay, I want to make this very clear that mindsets can also be trends. So I believe her mindset is very trendy. It's very phasey. It's a phase that a lot of girls go through, right?
It's like, oh yeah, this is the personality for the week.
Feel a level of power, to feel a level of independence maybe in their bad girl era. But that is an era, right? People's advice, especially when they have a large following, matters a lot. A lot of you have wanted to see a video on Tem Kaur and have asked about what I think of her advice. She's a bit of a dribbler.
I'm like, yo, Miss Wei, that's how you dribble? Oh no, she never crossing me up. She thought she was Kyrie? Oh, never. I'm like, steal. Easy buckets. Yo, need to stop playing me. But never get out of the show. Got me crying, bro. This is good edits.
Like I said in the beginning, a lot of things are trending these days, okay? Just because they're trending, right, doesn't mean that it's sustainable, doesn't mean that it's truly fulfilling, and it doesn't mean that it is something that's going.
Well, that's literally just in the word trend itself. It's like a trend is something that goes on for a period of time that's obviously popping and buzzing within that time, but obviously to a point falls off and is something that, you know what I'm saying, isn't really going on as much or isn't really popping up as frequent. So it's like, yeah, and this is why I say trend hopping and shit like that is a bad way to try to like build an audience, because like unless like you are generally adding your own flair and like having a personal interest on yourself, like, yo, trend hopping isn't gonna build a real audience. Like, you need to grow evergreen, and you need to like obviously post within trying to grow an audience over time, not in like the short frame. Because then, like I said, in like a good amount of these influencer girly pops we usually talk about, especially with these shorts audiences, do that, and it's like not sustainable, because you know what I'm saying, you shorts audience, but even though some of these ads, they do got emotion, but to that, it's like, yeah, when it really comes down to it, if you start posting like actual content, like long form videos and stuff like that, like what is gonna be your actual reach? Because how many heads were just watching you because you were on the shorts algorithm and all that type of shit, on the TikTok algorithm, or because they were interested in you? These are the questions.
To be timeless, not from a pretentious way or
being timeless is more classy.
It's not like that. Being timeless is also being generational, okay? It's something that will be sustainable. Being timeless is stable. It's stability. It is also pretty classy, right? It's also humble, it's modest, it's quiet, but it's very powerful, and it's true power, right? It's also incredibly rare. And a lot of trends are the opposite of that. A lot of trends and a lot of people's mindsets that are on trend are either cash
Luke Belmar? Oh no.
grabs or completely and utterly wrong.
Ty Lopez?
Not saying that it's 100% wrong, but a lot of it doesn't stem from a place of clarity, a place of logic, a place of genuine kindness and lucidity. Okay, a lot of it comes from hurt, pain, past traumas, maybe hate and aggression and past negative experiences of wanting to prove somebody wrong, right? Coming from the ego. So Tem Kaur, she has graduated from the University of Leicester, located in London, and she has received her first class honors in her marketing degree and dissertation. So what does this mean exactly?
I'm about to say, what? That's a whole lot of buzzwords to me. I'm like, yo, we gonna need some Urban Dictionary definitions on that.
It reflects consistent high performance across one's coursework and demonstrates strong analytical research and communicational skills. Achieving a first class honors in your marketing degree, in any degree actually, is amazing. Okay, that's a lot of hard work. Very well accomplished, Miss Tam.
You done did your schooling, girly pop.
This is basically what this degree means, but it's a marketing degree. So where am I going with this? You guys will see. Marketing degree, what can we do with marketing degrees? Okay, it can lead into marketing and communications, maybe in the management roles, executive roles, digital marketing specialist, PR officers, brand manager, data strategy, social media management, media planner, e-commerce and tech, e-commerce specialist, right? But what can this degree not do legally? Therapists or psychologists or psychiatrists of any sort? Not
yeah, we're gonna need a different degree for that.
Tam does. I believe hers is more life coaching. She's she's established herself as more of life advice giver, right? That stems from her own personal beliefs. But I do not agree with a lot of her mindset and her personal values because
I'd argue against it. I think she might have an adversary. Let me stop.
Believe that it's not sustainable, and it's also not.
But yeah, at the end of the day, yeah, like people's ideologies and all that is just subjective because again, it's their own personal opinion. It's how they, as an individual, view life and all that type of jazz. So I can totally understand, like, yo, if you see her advice and see her type of jazz and be like, hey man, this really not for me, like, yo, that's just what it is. For heads that see her advice and be like, yo, it's cool, again, that's just what it is. As long as it don't come out from no harm, come out to be some harmful shit for both sides, for people that's not interested and or are interested, you know what I'm saying? You're good. But again, some heads do be yapping. Truly.
Very fulfilling. So let's watch a few of her videos.
And let the analysis begin.
Okay, so this video is called Get Ready With Me while I expose my deepest thoughts.
One video I absolutely loved filming for you guys and that you guys loved was my chatty Get Ready With Me. Back then, I asked you guys to send me questions on Instagram and it was more like a Q&A about me. And I thought I want to film a video like that again, just where we can chat. It's like we're on FaceTime, you guys can get to know me better. But this time, instead of a Q&A, I am just...
Yeah, that's the side I always do. Like...
going to be oversharing and exposing my deepest thoughts and just what I've been thinking about lately. Okay, fear is only reasonable if you've been down a certain path and you're about to go down the exact same path again, which is guaranteed to get you the same result that you know about, and that result scared you the last time you experienced it.
Nah, I think I'm understanding now. Cause what the fuck? What?
My deepest thoughts and just what I've been thinking about lately. Okay, fear is only reasonable if you've been down a certain path and you're about to go.
Fear is only reasonable if you've been down a certain path and you're about to go
down the exact same path again.
The same exact path again.
And which is guaranteed to get you the same result that you know about, and that result scared you the last time you experienced it.
Yeah, that was just complete bullshit. I just what? Yo, you could just say, yeah, like the things that feared you, you obviously you can overcome them and just go down the path. I don't know what the hell she just said. Like, But
if you're about to embark on something new and you have no idea which way it's gonna go, fear is literally the most useless emotion in that scenario because it's irrelevant. It literally makes no sense.
Huh?
I really see what Miss Mary was talking about, because yo, what the fuck? Like, I agree and disagree, because it's like, yeah, obviously fears can hold you back potentially. Like, if you fear like taking risk and all that and fear failure, like, then you're never really truly gonna achieve success, or at least I guess in my eyes, and I guess spicy hot take opinion. But yeah, you have to know what failure and shit feels like in order to know what success is gonna be and or achieve it, because like heads are gonna fail. If you instantly come into success, this is how like heads that are under nepotism and shit end up going bad and or like going on bullshit, because like, yo, when you instantly get success, it fucks your head up, you don't find any values, all that type of shit. But at the same time, fear is also something that guards and protects you, and this is why there's fucking animal instincts and like human instincts and shit like that. This is why motherfuckers have gut feelings, because yo, when you feel fear or some shit like that, it can stop you from getting in potentially dangerous situations. But I don't know what she's talking about, because in terms of life, like, yes, obviously, like I just discussed, there's terms where you should have fear and your fear should be a thing like you should take into account. But like, what is she even trying to apply saying this? Like, huh?
It's like, it's advice like that. Like, this is when I say she's dribbling, right?
Yeah, nah, that shit, I feel that. Like, that shit was complete waffling. Like, I don't know what the fuck, yeah.
And she's waffling. It's just like,
right.
It's like advice like that you have to be like...
Like, what?
You know what I mean? Like, your advice needs to make sense easily. Like, when you say it, people are like, because she's not a philosopher, okay? Philosophers say things
she dead ass thinks she's fucking Sun Tzu. She thinks she's Socrates. This shit is hilarious.
In a way that makes you think really deeply, and it's like, okay, hold on, let me absorb this. But she's not a philosopher. She's like, I would put her in the life coaching category, okay? Like, you're not supposed to make people
I don't know if I want to put her in any category with that shit. I don't know.
Or, wait, what did you just say? If you are just giving basic life coach advice, okay? I'm going to go back to what she said about fear.
But if you're about to embark on something new and you have no idea which way it's gonna go, fear is literally the most useless emotion in that scenario because it's irrelevant. It literally makes no sense.
I have to listen to that again, okay?
again, like I even explained earlier, fear definitely has a thing. It's not irrelevant, but again, it depends on certain scenarios.
Okay, fear is only reasonable if you've been down a certain path and you're
Okay, so fear is only reasonable if you've been down a certain path.
about to go down the exact same path again, which is guaranteed.
You're about to go down the exact same path
It's
again.
so funny because that's the same shit I did. I had to slow it down. Like, yo, what the fuck is she actually saying, my nigga? Like, what the fuck? Like,
Guaranteed to get you the same result that you know about.
Which is guaranteed to get you the same result.
you gotta,
I don't have to think this hard.
you gotta giga brain this shit, boy. This like
YouTuber.
ain't no way,
Can
bro.
you break it down for me like I'm a dummy?
Yeah, nah, bro. I need this broken down to the 3rd grade level.
And that result scared you the last time you experienced it.
Yeah, where's the pictures for this shit? This shit don't come with a picture book.
But if you're about to embark on something new and you have no idea which way it's gonna go, fear is literally the most useless emotion in that scenario because
It's still not true.
it's irrelevant. It literally
It definitely is relevant.
makes no sense.
I still don't understand it.
Like, I feel like she could have said this in such a simple way. I feel like she could have just said,
You've done it. You don't have to be scared anymore.
but
That's
the
literally what I was saying earlier. I'm like, yeah, I get it. You got fears and all that jump, but you gotta overcome them, gang. Like,
way that she said that, this is what I mean when she waffles, okay? And this is basically the
these shits is straight Belgiums, because I don't know what the hell's going on.
entire video. She has a few get ready with me videos where she just says the most basic things, but in a lot of different ways. And I feel like this is maybe where the marketing degree, the degree in, what's it called? She was a great researcher and I guess essay writer. So I guess she also speaks in a way, like she can say basic things and make it.
Yeah, she tries to articulate things too hefty, and we don't need all that shit. Like, yeah, you could leave all the context out of this one, little bro. We could keep it simple. We could keep the TLDR.
Really, I don't know, like profound.
Or
But
better
it's
yet, y'all said the context like a dumbass. The fucking, we can keep the excess information out of this shit, bro. Like,
not that profound. It's just a different way of saying it, okay? This is, I have in my notes, the first 4 minutes is just been talking smack and dribble.
said, yeah, she was saying some shit.
All right, let's go into the 4-minute mark. I have notes for these.
But speaking of wealth, success, and fancy things, I was looking at my vision board the other day and I noticed that I put a Rolex watch on there. And I was just looking at it like, why did I even put this on there? Like, I'm not someone who's really into watches. When it comes to fancy things, my main thing is designer bags, and literally that's it. Like, I don't even buy designer clothes because I honestly don't see the point in that. I'm not like a huge designer girly. I like a few certain things, but that's it.
But I don't see her as someone, like, not liking designer does not
just like, okay.
mean you're not materialistic, okay? I don't see her
Which is true.
as someone that's modest in her choice of fashion. But
I wonder why people stare at me. Then I remember I'm dressed outrageously for a casual outing.
hey, that's just her, okay?
I guess this gave her aura.
But we'll also get into that and why falling into over-consumerism, being overly materialistic as a person may not really be good for that person. We'll get into that too, but yeah.
But speaking of wealth, success, and fancy things, I was looking at my vision board the other day and I noticed that I put a Rolex watch on there, and it made me realize that I have this thing where if there is something that is only available to a certain amount of people, or something that is luxury and desirable and is kind of marketed as something that the average person can't get and that not everybody can have, I want it. Like, I want it.
I'm sorry. Yes, Tom, hun. That's called fear of missing out. That's called FOMO. That's called FOMO. Fear of missing out. What? What? Yeah.
So bad. And it's like this thing of proving to myself that I can do literally anything I put
No, that's FOMO. Oh my God, there's no way.
my mind to.
Okay, so what's behind her wardrobe?
What?
Right, we have
Oh
a
my
Chanel, Coach, I don't know that brand at the bottom, another Chanel, and then we have Louis, and then Louis Vuitton. All right, so she's got 2 Louis, 2 Chanel, and a Coach. Have you guys not seen the recent news that's come out that most of the luxury brands has been literally called out?
Yeah, like they're making most of the shit in China, and this is why I keep saying, like, yo, heads will be like, yo, what the fuck, like, yo, why are you shopping on Temu, bro? Why are you fucking getting all shit? I'm like, bro, most clothes are made in China, my nigga. bro, if I can pay $4 for my fucking hoodie, bro, I'm paying $4 for that shit. Y'all niggas crazy, bro. Niggas worry about a price tag. I'm worried about clothes on my fucking body. I mean, like, don't get it twisted. Trilly does love a fashion, even though Trilly's fucking Cardi, and y'all will never see some shit from the grandma on me, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm never gonna end up posting, bro. But speaking of posting and shit like that, hey, check out the social if you want to. Check out me in the boss page too. You know what I'm saying? Down in the description. You already know. Share the love. Thanks. But yeah, even barring this shit, like, yeah, I just want to keep buying my shit off of Temu and shit like that, bro. China making all this shit regardless, whether it's a fucking Louis bag or it's a goddamn Temu hoodie. Like, it's...
Everyone knows this, okay? Everyone knows that most luxury brands are made in China and packaged in Italy. And when they say made in Italy, most of the time it's packaged in
Most of the time they attach the fucking tag from Italy.
If you worked in fashion, you know that a lot of expensive and luxury things that no one can get, it's just all marketing. And she has a degree.
That shit is FOMO. I'm telling you, that shit is just directly FOMO. Like, she said it bar for bar. Like, if she feels like it's something that she can't get and no one can have access to, then I want it. That's called fear of missing out. You feel like if you're not the person who owns that shit, then you're not the one who's cool. You're not part of the club. It's literally fear of missing out. Like,
and marketing. So I don't know why she's falling into this, I guess, materialistic world if she has studied it, okay? But not only is it a massive hoax, right?
I'm about to say, she could just be doing, like, the faking the lifestyle shit, kind of like Amethyst and the Kims, where, like, it's like, oh, yeah, she knows, as someone who got, like, a marketing degree and all that, first honors for this shit, she knows that, like, yo, showing off, like, this shit, like, this exorbitant, like, lifestyle type of shit is gonna do well. People are gonna be like, oh, shit, bro, she got cheese and shit. Oh, my God, I want to get like her, yada, yada. So it could be a psyop. But at the same time, this advice is so... that it's like,
things in this world are massive hoaxes. It's also just bad to be materialistic. It's bad for the world, for the environment, and also bad for one's mental health, which that we'll also get into. But I'm planting a seed now. If you're new to this, I'm sorry to pop your bubble, but yeah, these things aren't worth that much value. It's the brand itself that has a heritage and they want to market it as something fancy. But it's actually just, it's pretty sad, right? They ship some of the Chinese factory workers to Italy or to Europe and then like give them the bare minimum, right? Pay them or whatever. And then the Chinese factory workers work
these fucking sweatshops and bullshit, yeah,
in Europe to make these bags, but they ship them from China, okay? It's a cruel, harsh world.
This is the cruel, harsh reality of these types of brands.
This is the one thing about Tam that
reality is not even fucking cruel. It's like, yo, niggas should know this is obvious. This is a whole thing with business. Clearly, every business that's selling, especially a physical product, is gonna want to have a great profit margin. If you could have this fucking bag made in China for $50 and then sell that shit for $5,000, it's like, yeah, you're gonna do that shit. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm waking some of the girly pops up. You're trying to buy a Birkin for $20,000 and it was made for max $200. Like, yeah, like, clearly I'm not buying that shit. I'm not buying the fucking Birkin, dog. But for the girly pops, like, I don't suggest you invest in that either. Like, hun, you can get a really nice looking bag and all that type of junk for $200 instead of $20,000, instead of $2,000. Like, I don't know. We're just paying for FOMO. It's
doesn't strike me as someone that's intelligent and wise. Like, having a degree doesn't equate wisdom. Having a degree does not equate clarity. So this is the one part that I believe she is not fit to give advice on. She seems to me more like an entrepreneur, more like a marketing manager, rather than someone that should be giving out fit and fulfilling and genuine life advice that could benefit one in the long run.
That's just what I think.
And it's like this thing of proving to myself that I can do literally anything I put my mind to. Because I look at a Rolex and I think, what do you mean there's this super beautiful watch that somebody my age isn't supposed to have? Like, that's...
What the fuck? Like... Well, yo, I ain't gonna lie. Shout out the Rollies, you know what I'm saying? The APs, the fucking... all the shits, bro. Niggas be having Richard Mills like, yo, shout out watches. Yo, watches are nice as shit. And actually, funny enough, watches are a good store of value. But, like, again, Tom, hun, this shit is just straight FOMO. Like, yeah, obvious, especially at your age. I'm assuming you're probably, like, mid-20s, like, if not, like, or earlier, like, 20s or whatever. Like, yeah, motherfuckers in their mid-20s usually don't have a Rolex. They usually don't have that shit. So, like, I don't know why you're feeling FOMO so bad. Like, yeah, most motherfuckers in this age bracket, yeah, they don't own a Rolex.
Not accessible to somebody like me. And literally,
but then again, like, her whole thing with this shit is FOMO. So, of course, that would make it even better. If niggas don't got it, then, yeah, she would want it even more. But I don't understand why she's fiending for this. Like, she would just need to admit, like, this is not a thing of, like, a goal type of shit. This is more of, like, a materialistic thing. But, hey, I don't know. Trilly doesn't know shit.
the first thought in my head is, okay, bet. Watch me go get it now. I don't know why my brain works like this. It gets like super competitive with myself almost.
That's not competitive. Wanting a lot of materialistic things.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's not like a thing of like self-improvement, being competitive and trying to improve yourself to do better and work harder. That's strictly just materialistic because you're basing it off of something that is materialistic.
Okay,
which, like, I don't know, and I guess you could argue against that because it's like, yo, again, I want to buy the boss a 5-bed 5-bath, and technically going after that and grinding all that shit would be materialistic too. So I guess that's hypocritical in that sense. But like more in the sense of what Tom is going for is like her whole ideology off of this John is literally just like I was saying, going on FOMO. She's like so riled up at the fact that, like, oh my god, like I just must own this, bro. I just must have this. So not only is she focused on the material aspect, which is the watch, obviously being a Rolex, but she's also focused on the wrong goals, or at least mindset, like Ms. Weiwei was saying earlier in the vid, because yeah, her mindset is just being based off of FOMO. Her drive is based off FOMO instead of just general life desires and wanting to improve some aspect of yourself and or life. Like,
literally said at 4 minutes that she doesn't have any designer brands. Like, she doesn't care for that.
I don't even buy designer clothes because I honestly don't see the point in that.
Just designer clothing is incredibly expensive. But if we are going,
like, bro, 3,000 for this shit? This shit is ass, bro. I would never put this shit on. This shit is $3,000. Holy shit.
to get into it, designer clothing is more expensive than the watch, than the bag, because you need a lot of designer clothes, right? If you want to fill your wardrobe up with 100% designer, it is going to be more expensive than the
If you do that, you're a fucking dumbass or a billionaire. But like, I don't see the purpose. Like, designer clothes are meant to be specifically, well, not even, designer clothes can be worn whenever, heads can wear whatever they want. But like, usually when you wear designer shit, it's like more for like events, like nice times out, like for special occasions type of shit. So why would you want to wear designer every day, like on a casual? It doesn't make any sense.
bags and the watch, because the bag
Heads want to put on some fucking Ricks to walk around their house, bro. That shit is crazy. My nigga trying to put on some fucking a fucking literal Balenciaga ripped leather jacket to fucking coast on their couch. That shit makes no sense.
bags and the watch are just accessories. The designer clothing is every single day, and it's like the turnover for the seasons that rich people or wealthy people have is crazy, okay? Yes, you don't have designer, but you want Rolexes and nice handbags and crazy expensive jewelry,
Yeah,
which
like, that's-
are actually worth nothing at the end of the day, most of them. Anyway, it's not being competitive with yourself or whatever.
Yeah, but then obviously that depends on the person's values. If you have more value for materialistic items, then hey, I guess the bags and shit and the Rolexes would be more valuable to you. But like, yeah, if you're someone like me who just values, you know what I'm saying, family, the people I love, all that type of shit, and which again, let's not deny it, Trilly does love a dollar. Trilly indeed loves a dollar. I never seen a dollar I ain't gonna cap, except for the ones that don't got no ethic or morals behind them. Bro, we looking at you, Sophie Rain, you jazz. But yeah, even going off of that, like, right, again, you can like have this fucking mindset or whatever the fuck, and like be doing this shit or missing out on FOMO, and you shouldn't, but you gotta have this mindset. But obviously within giving that advice, like, this is not something where you would want people to adopt this FOMO mindset, like, bro, where like, oh my god, bro, I just have to have this fucking John because it's just gonna make me feel so much better and make me feel like I'm improving. Like, no, you should just feel like that as you as a person just progress. But hey,
It's insecurities. Okay, and I say this for rich people, baroque people, and average people, and above average people. Being overly materialistic is insecure behavior. No one can change my mind on that ever. It is not only insecure, it's coming from a place of lack and fear.
I feel like yeah, there's a decent argument on that. Yeah, because it's like, if you why do you desire materialistic things so much? To prove that you have an excess of wealth? Well, why do you want to prove you have an excess of wealth? Do you feel like people think you don't have wealth, or do you feel like people think you're broke or some shit? So I could feel that argument.
And I will never watch any, not just Tam, I will never watch any YouTubers or life advisors that are overly materialistic to listen to their life advice, because it doesn't come from...
Holy fuck. I don't... Like, yo, again, I mean, obviously, Trilly it being part of the broskies, like, yeah, I probably generally wouldn't watch, like, any of the Kardashians, but, like, even for the girly pops, I have no fucking clue how they're watching the Kardashians, bruh. Like, that shit is cooked, like...
a place of true confidence and true groundedness and wisdom. It comes from a place of lack. It comes from a place of fear and insecurities. If you are going to be giving life advice out, teaching women on how to be truly powerful and confident and I guess spiritual, and you are showing that you are overly materialistic and like to be overly chic and dolled up, that's an act. That's a performance. 99% of people, if they are done up in amazing makeup, like
I mean, nah, and it's nothing wrong with heads, again, especially for the girly pops, because I'm already knowing. There's nothing heads wrong with the girly pops. That's trying to be pretty. There's love. Shout out to Love of Bees. The women. You already know it gets down. It's not wrong trying to be pretty and all that shit. But yeah, again, like, having, like, trying to give out this type of advice about self-improvement and, like, self-development and all this type of shit, and then obviously having your mindset be focused, not even focused, being primarily looking like, what the fuck is that shit called? FOMO. There you go. Fear of missing out. And then, obviously, her focusing a lot on materialistic items, even though she just described earlier how, like, she really doesn't even care about that shit like that. And then to be coming on, like, the videos now, like, dolled up, trying to make sure you have all this nice shit on, like, all this type of... It's like, it just looks kind of hypocritical a little bit. But I don't know. Again, maybe Trilly's tripping.
On their day. Graduations, people are dolled up because it gives them confidence and it's fun and it's like that one time for a special occasion, right? But if it's to do it all the time, like getting fancy and looking good all the time, it's like a band-aid or a superhero's cape, but it's not real. If you can only be confident and step out of the house and feel happy and a boost of adrenaline, and you feel like you can thrive when you are only dolled up and glammed up and in your best outfit and looking your best and having all these designer brands or like expensive stuff or like quote unquote, Tam, a nice rollie on my wrist.
But that rolly avalanche.
In order to feel something, prove something to yourself, like feel like you're thriving or succeeding in life, it is fake.
It is fake?
It is fake.
If you're stripped of your makeup, of your fancy or glamorous attire, right, or your jewelry, or all the trendy talk and put on personality, this performative personality to cover up whatever it is that you need actual healing, would you still be that same confident person?
It depends. Again, it depends on the person. That's why I say, too, for some of the girly pops, like, listen, I'm always going to say natural face is the one. I'm always going to say natural face is the one. I be saying to the girly pops, I'm like, yo, you don't even need to be putting on makeup and shit like that. There's nothing wrong with the girly pops putting on makeup and things and such and accessories, shit like that look better. But, yo, listen, natural face is what we going to be seeing you for the most part on the regular. It's okay. You don't got to feel insecure about it. We know you're beautiful, baby. That's a tough one. So yeah, like that's a whole nother thing with this. Like, yeah, heads don't really have to hide behind like all this type of shit, especially like this materialistic shit, like this expensive shit to make themselves be looked up to, like, oh my god, like, yo, damn, this person's got wealth, this person is like on some high shit, bro, on some high class shit, bro, this person's, oh my god, like, nah, bro, just have heads like you for you, yo, whether that be on physical attraction or whatever the fuck, in the most natural way, and or just not even and or most definitely your personality, who you are, your genuine self. Sent.
That gets taken off one day and you can still be the same, like, you know, speak with the same level of confidence, right? If you are stripped of everything you own, that is who you are then. Not what you have when you have everything on top, when you're all dolled up. If you are stripped of everything you own and you don't have that type of support, who are you then? Are you still the confident person that you are? If the answer is no, you are still in your healing era. And this is just a band-aid mindset that you need probably right now to get you to the next stage. No judgment from me, okay? Just observation and breaking things down. But you shouldn't need
A little bit of judgment.
this to feel any type of way.
And don't get me wrong, this is not limited to just designer things. This is just in general in life. It's exactly the reason why I decided to set up my first business at 17 years old, because that's not a normal thing to do when you're still in school studying. And it's probably also the reason as to why I juggle so many different things. Like, yes, I'm a YouTuber.
I feel like it's a bit more common now. I think like the barrier to entry to do like, you know what I'm saying, things as such, like starting a business, especially through online means, again, like you can consider something like starting a YouTube channel technically a business. Obviously it's something you run, you make a lot of money, pay taxes on, you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, it really just depends on business, but I would say like, yeah, it's becoming a more common thing. But even still, to have a successful business at a young age in high school, like 17, yeah, no, that's definitely very rare.
But I had to have 2 channels. And on top of that, I have a podcast, which is now coming out with another YouTube channel because my podcast is about to be on video, by the way. And then on top of that, I wrote a book. And then on top of that, I'm on every other social media platform. I think the thing about me is limits give me the ick. I don't want to say to myself,
I'm just confused on what it's adding. Like, what am I supposed to feel after her saying this?
There's a reason why people need to take breaks. I'm all for hard work. I'm all for chasing your dreams, achieving your goals, working hard, but I am also all for rest.
And also, don't be greedy and know your limits.
Mr. Beast, for example, we can see that man is a shell of a person with all that money in his bank and all the views he gets on YouTube. He has admitted that he is incredibly unhappy with his life.
Are you happy?
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, being Mr. Beast probably fucking sucks. Like, if I'm being real, that whole shit, the nigga was getting canceled because of that nigga Dawson, fucking Dogpack 404, motherfuckers like Jake Weddle, Rosina Pence, you know, the full, that whole shit. Again, motherfuckers already, even before this, have been criticizing this nigga, saying all the good shit he was doing was bad as fuck. And then, now, his dumb ass, the fucking Mr. Beast games, that shit almost went fucking bad. And then he's doing the dumb shit, like, I remember when he was fucking putting the goddamn cameras in the fucking Lay's bags to make sure the Feastables bars didn't crack. It's just like, yeah, shit's just not really, like, I don't know. Like, if you were Jimmy, fucking Mr. Beast, bruh, I don't, like, you're always so busy and shit, and that's why I say I never, like, want to be, like, some heads will be like, yo, Trilly gonna come up, bro, Trilly gonna be famous, remember me when you're famous one day? I'm sitting there like, nah, like, I don't want to be famous, I don't want to be, like, Mr. Beast big, all that shit, bro, that shit, like, no, bro, that, like, being that big means you have to sustain this shit, and sustaining that shit means you literally don't have, like, your own personal time, because you're growing so big, you're going through so many business ventures and shit like that, you're spending so much time making content, like, when do you have time for yourself? When? This is also another reason why I won't stream, because I'm like, yo, that means you gotta be there physically on streaming, like, at that time. I'm like, yo, sometimes I'm lazy as shit. It's really all the time, but, like, I'm lazy as shit. Like, yo, in the middle of the stream, I probably want to go take a nap. Like, yo, they not letting that junk happen. But yeah, nah, being Mr. Beast, though, for real, probably is hell. Because, like, bro, you just don't have free time. That just doesn't exist for Jimmy. Like, I'm pretty sure that just, nah.
I'm gonna be honest, so far, more unhappy than happy.
His eyes look dead to me, right? Mr. Beast, I pray for you. Please, please heal and take a freaking break. But working too much is not good. And working overload is also a sign of fear and insecurities. Okay, and this is the vibe and the energy that I get from Tam.
Because I look at a Rolex and I think, what do you mean there's this super beautiful watch that somebody my age isn't supposed to have? Like, that's not accessible to somebody like me. And literally
it could be if you have the wealth for that, but again, like, most people, again, that's in their younger 20s don't have fucking money, because niggas are fresh out of, like, high school and or college and are, like, just getting into entry-level jobs. So, like, yeah, it's not the factor of that they can't have it. It's like, yo, because of lifestyle and circumstances and the economy and shit, most people just, like, can't afford that motherfucker. Like,
the first thought in my head is, okay, bet, watch me go get it now.
I believe she's still,
and that's another thing, no one was telling you that you couldn't have that shit, and that's what I came off as saying. Like, it's not that you can't have it, most motherfuckers just cannot buy it. Like,
grinding for her own ego to prove to herself all the time, which is really dangerous because she's giving life advice out to other girls.
I don't know why my brain works like this. It gets, like, super competitive with myself almost. But hey, at the same time, I ain't mad about it because it honestly motivates me to work harder. And it's probably also the reason.
I mean, like, good. It's good to have a motivator or something that makes you work harder. But, like, when you're basing it off of, like, mostly materialistic shit, and again, the FOMO mindset that you have, it's just, it kind of like only breeds negativity. Like it's at some point you're gonna realize like, oh yeah, I can't just keep chasing materialistic shit. Like I gotta really see what's inside myself. Like how am I generally feeling about who I am, how I am, like all that type of shit.
As to why I juggle so many different things. Like, yes, I'm a YouTuber, but I had to have 2 channels. And on top of that, I have a podcast, which is now coming out with another YouTube channel because my podcast is about to be on video, by the way. And then on top of that, I wrote a book. And then on top of that, I'm on every other social media platform. I think the thing about me is limits give me the ick.
She's not getting to the actual root of the issue. She's not.
Limits give me the ick. It's like, it sounds good, but when you really break it down, it's like, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Because like, yeah, as a person, again, humans are flawed creatures. Like, people are going to be flawed. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone, like, there's no one that's perfect and shit. So, with that being said, obviously, there's a capacity for how many things you can handle. Like, at some point, like, you're gonna be overwhelmed and all that shit. Like, she already sounds overwhelmed. And clearly, I get where she's coming from. Like, oh, yeah, bro, I'm already doing all this, but I feel like I can do more. I can work harder. And that's, like, that's... On some respects, within the context, that can be a good mindset to have. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna keep pushing forward. But within the way she's doing it, especially, like I discussed, her mindset, the shit she's chasing, it's just like, nah, I wouldn't say this is the way you should be thinking about improving yourself. Like, it should be more about you and not more about the fucking shit you're trying to get with this John, bruh. Trying to disguise it as it being for you and like for your personal self.
Not actually also getting to the root problem of herself. She still needs these types of things. Don't overwork yourself, work hard, but when a break is due, please take your break and look after your health, because what are you gonna do with all this thing that you've achieved when your health is down the freaking drain and gutter?
Tell your friends around you to take a break. Remind them, give them love.
You have one life. You can afford to relax. Okay, so a lot of you guys have messaged me about this particular video, which some of you have mentioned it's very problematic.
Being a bitch is not about being rude or spreading negativity. That is not what I'm about to advise you to do in this video. But everybody thinks that being a bitch is a bad thing because you're malicious and you're spreading negativity, but when the same word is applied to a man, it's the complete opposite.
Applied to a man or a boy, a bitch versus meaning is derogatory terms should be subordinate, weak, or coward. Yo, what? I need to know the point of what the fuck we're trying to get to here.
How can the exact same word have 2 different meanings? It literally makes no sense. Because when a man is dominant...
How can the same word have 2 different meanings? You know how many words that applies to? Like...
He's just being a leader. When a man is aggressive, it's just part of his nature.
She used the word dominant for a man.
Because when a man is dominant, he's just being a leader.
Of course, people are gonna be like, yeah,
saying women can't be leaders? What the fuck is the point? I don't even...
Yeah, a dominant man is dominant. And
is
then
this clip chimped? I don't know.
When you Google search it, what is a dominant man? They're dominant and they're assertive and they're CEOs. But she's going to use the word a to describe women. Of course that the search is going to come out like, yes, a is a derogative term.
Yeah, like, obviously.
Right, and then she searched for a man and it means like a weak man, a pussy. She's twisting it to her own narrative, but it doesn't make any logical sense. If I put a dominant woman on Google, or like, you know...
My thing is like, okay, say you walk up to Kaur, right, and say, yo, you're a bitch, right, and with no context, she's gonna primarily assume you're saying something mean to her, like you're speaking with this word derogatorily to her. So, I get, she had the whole shit up at the top saying like a bad bitch, and there's obviously that distinction, because I'd be like, yo, like, yo... Bitches be baddies. I can't lie. Bitches be baddies. We shouldn't be calling none of the girly pops a bitch, though. Y'all already know I get down. Come on, man. Y'all already know I get down. We love the girly pops, the lover babes. But, like, yeah, I totally understand, like, yo, you hear a lot of girly pops call, like, you know what I'm saying, their friends that shit. Like, yo, girl, you a bad bitch, all that shit, like, yada, yada. But, like, even still, I don't understand the argument that she's trying to make, though, with, like, trying to use the word bitch, like, more colloquially. Like, I don't...
A leader woman, an assertive woman, it's going to come out good. Like, this woman is driven, hardworking. It's not going to say,
this woman is a bitch.
Right? If you say, what is a for a woman, then it'll give you,
this woman is a
type of explanation.
You see what I'm trying to say?
So yes, both men and women can be badly dominant. Like, a man can be a dickhead.
Yeah.
You don't call a woman a
I'm sorry for swearing, by the way.
You don't usually call a woman a dickhead, but there are derogative terms for men as well. She keeps saying,
exactly,
like, you know, I don't want men and women to hate each other, but a lot of videos that she posts, she hates men.
And when a man is unreasonable, He's just being headstrong.
That's just not true, and you know that shit. That's not how every case is.
That shit.
I'm sorry, but Tam
Generalizing.
has issues with her past. I feel like this girl just hates men.
Is this like Jasmine Tan syndrome?
That shit.
And she's putting this on her audiences.
Nah, this is Jasmine Tan syndrome, because Jasmine Tan absolutely hate niggas too.
That shit.
We can see that there's a lot of drama that she hasn't healed, and she's out here every now and then with a bit of aggression, hinting that she hates men.
We grew up being taught to hate each other. Taught to fight for the scraps of male attention like it's some prize. We can actually connect and build a stronger, more...
What? No. I get them out of that girly pops were not raised to absolutely try to like lick men fucking souls. What the fuck are we talking about? This shit, like, what?
Loving future together where men grow powerless in trying to pit us against one another.
just ridiculous. I think this
like,
type
what the fuck?
of content is the type of content that coddles women and looks down on men. This video is called The Ultimate Guides to Being a Girl's Girl and Unlearning Internalized
Oh, this shit about to be bad. I can already tell this shit about to be bad.
misogyny.
Oh,
Being a girl's girl is not a vibe. It's not a cute TikTok trend and aesthetic. It's a rebellion. It's calling out internalized misogyny. And it's choosing...
I'm like, oh, so is that why Jasmine Tan called herself a girl's girl? I see. It's the fight back against the niggas because they not shit. I feel it. I feel that, hun.
sisterhood over ego every single time. We can actually connect and build a stronger, more loving future together where men grow powerless in trying to pit us against one another.
I feel like she cares.
So what she's saying is that niggas are trying to manipulate women into hating each other. Why? Why? No, just why? Why would I see two girly pops, they friends, and try to manipulate it so they hate each other? I don't understand. What?
It's more about her fashion than her actual advice. Again, she studied marketing, right? So she knows how to catch people's attention. She knows how to market her brand. I'm going to be real with you. If people ask me what type of life coach would you suggest, Tamko will be the last that I will ever pull out of my...
I don't know why are we giving her the label of life coach? I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm taking quite literally any of this advice in any regard of seriousness.
Pocket. This girl is clearly very talented, very driven, but she is not...
Yeah, she built her platform, and I can respect that too, because I ain't gonna lie. Again, YouTuber, see another successful YouTuber be like, damn, like, yo, that shit is crazy. Yo, niggas would technically be trying to get to these heights, but y'all know me, truly don't give a fuck about clout. And that's what I was saying earlier. Like, I don't give a fuck about clout, but I see like the successes and like how heads have been able to build their platforms, and I'm like, damn, like that shit is fire to see. But like, I don't know. Again, off of this advice, we going down the Jasmine Tan girls hating niggas type of shit.
fit to be giving healthy and fulfilling life advice that can help people sustain clarity and stability in the long run. This is the thing that I want to say. Why are people trying so hard to be a girl's girl? Okay, because if you're a good...
I'm trying to tell you, somebody gotta ask Jasmine Tan what the fuck is going on in the air.
Person, you're just a good person. You don't need to be a girl's girl. A
boy's girl, a boy's boy.
Right, a boy.
Where like if a nigga came up and was like, yo, bro, I'm really trying to be a bros, bro. I'm like, yo, nigga, watch out for I slap the shit out you. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna slap the shit out you, bro. Like, yo, you really... Nah, we just fucking bros, bro. Like, we're good. I don't know what the fuck we gotta really prove trying to be a bros. We're fighting for bro rights. Like, my nigga, what the fuck are we doing now? We homies, bro. Let's go ahead, watch some anime, get some snacks, nigga. Like, what the fuck are we talking about, bro? This some shit. Like, I don't... Oh.
A girl's boy, or whatever, however you say it. If you're a good person, you're just a good person.
Yeah, and you'll just get along with, anyone that's willing to get along with you.
Right, this whole emphasis on a guide to being a girl's girl. And right, she is an advocate for not wanting to pit men and women against each other. But it's so biased.
We can actually connect and build a stronger, more loving future together where men grow powerless in trying to pit us against one another.
Yeah, like that shit doesn't even fucking make sense. Like, what? Like,
where is the logic in that?
there's fucking none. That's what I'm saying. I'm just like, yo, that shit is still blowing me. Like, so again, what she is saying, like I was coming off of earlier, she is saying that niggas are trying to pit women against each other, but then again, I'll ask, because she didn't state it, for what purpose? For what purpose? Cause we want to see ruin between the girly pops? No, I'm trying to see the girly pops get along. I don't know about you. Shout out the babes. I keep saying it. Like, what is she talking? I don't know. Miss Way, please let us know, because I don't know.
Right, this whole being a girl's girl thing is so biased. So no, this whole ultimate guide to be a girl's girl, another trend. She is just a walking trend. So I don't think...
My question also is too, and it's basically what Miss Way was saying, like, why are you trying, that hard to be like a girl's girl, to ride by this label? Just be you. Like, yo, if you get along with the girly pops really good, great. If you get along with the bros really good, great. Like, I don't know why we need to apply a label to this shit. Like, and I totally get like an archetype and a build type shit, cause like to be like, yo, bro, nonchalant dreadhead. Bro, if I ever hear that shit again, bro, swear to fucking God, I hate that shit, bro. Y'all done fucked that build up, bro. That was actually a pretty smooth build. Nah, bro, that shit got Hall of Fame fucking plate cleaner now, bro. Fucking not trying to. But anyway, sidebar aside, fucking dumb shit. Like, yeah, I totally understand following an archetype and build, but like this other shit, like, nah.
This is beneficial.
Like, you're just adopting like a personality instead of just having your own. It doesn't.
At all to anyone. It doesn't have true value. It really freaking doesn't.
Step 3, unbothered AF. The bitch has mastered the law of detachment, whereas the nice girl people pleaser constantly lives in this place of inferiority, insecurity, and fear. She feels like she has to prove herself to everybody else always, but the bitch is so confident and secure in herself and what she thinks of herself that why does she need
I still don't understand why you can't just be yourself.
to prove anything to anyone? The bitch is also non-reactive, like, oh, you're talking about me? Okay, and?
You're allowed to be reactive.
Exactly. I don't understand why you have to disregard motherfuckers. Like, or you could just interact with the people that you want to interact to and just not with the people you don't, like a normal human being. Like,
it's just how you do it. You can be angry, but you don't have to show that you're aggressively angry, but you can be angry, sit there, and you can still react in a healthy way.
I'm really angry at what you did. That wasn't cool.
You are allowed to be bothered. It's just how you do it and express.
Yeah, it's about tone and cadence. So you should like tone, cadence, and like obviously, like she's saying, expressions and gestures and shit like that. Basically body language and shit like that. Shit like other shits can express it too. You know what I mean? Like
that you're bothered. This woman lacks emotional intelligence so hard.
And it's crazy because, like, marketing, obviously a good part of marketing is playing on people's emotions, because if you can drive them emotionally, you probably can drive them to buy that product by obviously playing on their emotions. So you would think she would be a little bit more knowledgeable in this shit, but no.
And that's why she's so materialistic, okay? And she also said you don't need to prove herself. Tam, your whole life is about proving yourself, from your
seems like it.
Toxic work ethics, right? That's self-destructive, to your
FOMO,
over-consumerism and
materialistic.
Materialism. Okay, so I think that's enough. We've seen enough, right? I just like to say a quick word of advice if she ever watches this, okay? Maybe shift your career goals and direction to maybe more marketing and management and social media management.
It's not even a factor of her career. I think she just needs to shift her mindset if she generally wants to improve onto like stuff that is like improving within herself, like I don't know how to explain it. Like within her actual mind, her person, how she feels about the world, her perspectives and all that. Yeah, perspective is a good word for this shit. Like she needs to really lock in on what perspective she actually has for the world. Because like, again, like I said, her mindset, literally how she described it closer to the beginning, is fully like, that is basically how you would describe fear of missing out. She's saying that she's playing off of the fact that, certain brands have certain things that other people can't access, and the fact that is something and a concept that exists is what she likes going off of. And then she uses the example of a Rolex and all that type of shit. She's like, she's obviously having more not things that we should be worrying about. Mostly, more importantly, rather than like things like her mind and how she's thinking and how she's feeling about life. Like she's worried about fucking again, FOMO shit. She's worried about having shit that other niggas don't have and fucking Rolexes and shit. Barring like, okay, well, hey man, am I actually feeling alright? Am I happy day to day? Man, when the last time I talked to my peoples and shit? Like, yeah, it's just like, I don't know. Again, it's a subjective thing. It really does depend on mindset. But yeah, I guess you could also say, but in the end of the day, she's just trying to do this to improve her life. She just wants to keep having more success and all that shit. It's like, sure, but I feel like she could probably go about it in a way that would help her more. But then again, she's her own person. She will probably know what's best for herself. But you could say that for a lot of people, and it seems like they really fucking don't.
Management, analytics, or data analysis, anything but live advice giving. And I mean that in the most kind way and caring way for you and others.
I think people would benefit not listening to Tam's advice.
Said, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, when Tam come on, you might want to close your ears.
Yeah, this is what I have to say. Okay, I hope that you've enjoyed this episode, that you've learned something today. So that is all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like,
shout out Miss Daddy.
Send it to all your friends, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.
I'm already knowing. I ain't gonna lie, she cooks every time. Y'all already know what it is. Is that? You already know it's her. We saw the old vid. Miss Batty, Miss Way Way. Shout out, share the love. Never playing about it. That was Tom Kaur, the biggest waffler. Of course, you guys want to watch the OG vid, the original video. Down in the description, first link. Like I said, go share the love with Miss Way Way. Dropping the excellent vids out here, hun. Cooking. But yeah, final opinions and conjecture. Yeah, Tom, I don't know what's going on, but that FOMO mindset, we got to ditch that. We got to go ahead and get it gone. Yeah, the rollie. Yeah, no one's telling you can't have the rollie. No one's telling people in the age bracket of being young, 21, like, you know, saying closer young adult, that they can't have one. Yeah, they just can't afford that shit. I ain't gonna cap. And obviously, Tam, you're very successful, very wealthy. You can't afford that shit. So, like, you know, especially on that disparity of like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna buy that shit. Like, you can. A lot of motherfuckers can, as we discussed. So yeah, and again, you shouldn't use a Rolex as something that's materialistic as a driving force to want to improve yourself. And like, it's the Rolex isn't improving yourself. It's something to prove that you have gained more successes and all that. But the success and you working is what's gonna improve yourself. How you're feeling, your mindset, your mind space is what's gonna help improve you, bro. This fucking watch is bullshit. And yeah, also some of that advice. I don't know what she thinks the bros got going on, but she thinks every single brother out here is Ayana Koji trying to manipulate. It's wild works. But I'm gonna let you know. Listen, I want all the girly pops to be friends. I love seeing the girly pops get down with their friends, you know what I'm saying, having fun. I love seeing everybody have fun. Shout out the bros and the, you know what I'm saying, the babes. So I don't know why she thinks all the bros want the lover babes to be fighting each other. I don't know what's going on with that. But that's more the girl, Jasmine Tan, John, and No! I will not have another one. I will not be dealing with it. But y'all already know what it is. Of course, been through the whole vid. Of course, again, shout out the lover babes, Miss Way Way. And I will be catching y'all on the flip, baby. Peace.
Thank you.